everybody. This is Sister Omi. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm here to do the new moon solar eclipse. And it's the solstice. And we got Cancer time. Happy Father's Day to those that it applies to. So there's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot going on. But this reading is for fire signs. So this is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And this new moon solar eclipse solstice is all taking place in Cancer. So you think about Cancer, you think about the crab, its shell, it's self-protective. This is a good time to reflect. Cancer, your shell, your home. What makes you feel safe? So we got the sun in Cancer. We got Mercury in reverse or Mercury retro in Cancer. And this solar eclipse in Cancer, but the polarity, so it's like balancing the balance between your home and your inner and outer world. This is nudging you to create balance in that area. This also is a good time to, really nurture yourself. What makes you feel secure? Whatever seeds you plant now is going to have a ripple effect well into the future. Eclipses are like 3 to 6 months. So plant good seeds. Actually, I was outside today. I planted some basil. We had the season start a little late, but so we gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay, so that's what I was doing. I was planting some seeds and some basil. Well, the baby plants. Anyway, fire signs. So what I did is I laid out the cards, and then I'm gonna pull a chakra card for each sign. That's Aries, Leo, and Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising. And so let's just get into this and let's just see. Let's just see what is going on here. So, 10 of Staves. Fire. Okay. So you see you're carrying all the burdens here. So all your responsibilities, all your obligations. So you may feel a little weighed down and a little oppressive or stressed out at this time. But know that, let me say this. So let me look at you feel a little worn out, stressed out. You have a lot of obligations and responsibilities. Probably a lot of people relying on you at this time. And we also have more fire here. That 8 of fire. That 8 of fire in reverse. So since it's in reverse, it's like you're just kind of worn out. You're worn out by your obligations and responsibilities. Everybody's must, if it's your job, your home, your family, whatever you got going on, you're worn out right now. It's like you've been carrying the burden and you're just ready to drop it. Now, this is a 10, so you're at the end of a cycle. So that is a good thing. And you're tired. You're worn out. I get it. But there is a blessing in disguise. Well, there's a blessing here. Because here you do have the wheel. I'm sorry. Can you see that? You do have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is like, you're tired, you're worn out, but you're moving into a positive destiny here. There's like a sense of freedom. There's going to be a change that you need to embrace. Maybe and then too, like I said, this 10 of Staves, 10, that's the end of a cycle. So now you're ready to start a new cycle at this new moon in Cancer. So ask yourself, Yeah, you have responsibilities. Everybody does. So what makes you feel secure? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What is it that you want? right? And then also at this time, you know, with Mercury retrograde, there could be some forgive me, mixed or miscommunications, you know, and this could have you like in a frenzy. But, you know, you're moving into a new cycle. So realize that this, fire folks, this is just temporary. And you got all this fire too. This is all fire. So you all fired up. So you just need to take a chill. You need to take this Cancer energy and find a way, the water to like maybe just calm the fire a little bit, make it turn into a little bit of steam instead of full-blown fire, because the wheel is turning here. So you're getting ready to step into a new cycle, something new. I think this is beautiful because of all this fire. You know, water can completely put a fire out, but maybe if you put some water in certain places, you can contain that fire, use that fire energy to propel you into this new cycle, because you don't want to burn any bridges, because you know we got Mercury in retrograde. You are hot and bothered under the collar. You may say something you can't take back. You know, stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a time to really just listen to the person's words, and maybe not if they're very speaking from a passionate stance. Just listen to the words. And that goes in reverse for you too. Think about your words and how you're going to say it. You don't want to put too much fire, because you don't want to get yourself burnt, you know? Now, the crystal I pulled here is the Hellite. This is the Master Cleanser. So what I think is really good, interesting, you're at the end of a cycle, you're planting new seeds, so this would be a good time to cleanse yourself, detox. And, you know, the solstice and equinoxes are a good time to do cleanses. You could fast for a day, or you could fast from technology. You know, with Mercury in retrograde, maybe it's time to put the technology down and fast from that. Just an example. Everybody's different place, different time, different doing a different thing. But this is about a master cleanse. And it's time to clear out your life. Declutter your space, your car, your body. This would be a good time. Refresh everything. You have a new start. It's beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. And you know, I love nature. Everything is in the trees. Might, activity, energy, and faithful enthusiasm bring the sure beauty of your objective. The mimosa. There's fulfillment at the end of this. Yeah, you've been carrying your burdens. You know, you are worn out, but you're at the end of a cycle. So carrying this weight and doing what you've been doing has not been in vain. You know, take this time to cleanse, because you are going to have a sense of fulfillment here. I really think this is really beautiful. All of you fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, this would be a good time to cleanse and get ready to step into the new. This also is a good time, like say, just to cleanse your mind, because all this fire and your fire, you can't help but be exhausted. But you also know how to use it. And, you know, sometimes you just got to say, whoa, fire, let's chill for a minute before we move forward. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a chakra card for each sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. I'm going to pull a chakra card, and that's maybe how each should approach this cycle, depending on the chakra card that is pulled, okay? So what do we have first? Aries. Aries is the leader. Aries is the initiator. Aries is also the baby. Me, I, first, right? Well, all fire signs can be that, but Aries is the first. Okay. Oh. You got the heart chakra, despondence. So Aries, maybe you should take a look at your lineage, your connection to your blood line, in the sense from a philosophical perspective, and look at the actions and beliefs that you use, or how you approach things. And this is a good time to really focus on your strengths. And if you have had, say, a deficit in faith, or a deficit in your energy or direction, you could always go to the past and pull on the wisdom. Because see, with the heart chakra here, the heart is that harmony, that trust. I'm sorry, this is not the heart chakra. My bad. This is not the heart chakra. This is the brow chakra. So how do you see things? How are you looking? Visualize how you look at things. So, like I said, look at your past, look at your lineage, and what have you adopted that you may not need anymore. So this is a good time to plant new seeds in that area. This is also good time to have like a sense of liberation. Know that your connection to those that came before you can help you build a foundation that is both firm and fertile. That foundation is that Cancer season's new moon. What do you need to feel secure? How are you looking at it? Look at your lineage. There were some strong people in your lineage that you could pull on. So you carrying these burdens, it's okay. Because this 10 means you're at the end of a cycle. Yeah, you're tired, but you are ready. The wheel is up. This is a whole new phase. So clean out your mind, your car, your room, your papers, all that stuff, and get ready to step into your sense of fulfillment. And visualize. Don't focus on what you look. If you're looking at other people for what they have, they could have all this stuff, but when you go behind closed door, they crazy as a bed bug. But focus and visualize on what you have. So there's a sense of gratitude you need to tap into. There's also visualize what you want, because you can have it. Really, how are you seeing things? Tap into the wisdom of your ancestors. There is a strong connection here, especially pulling this. I really feel that. So what I think is interesting, it looks like she has the world right here, like she's giving birth. So there's no reason to be despondent. The world is right there for you. And this this new season, we're coming out of Gemini, going into Cancer. You're at a 10, so now you're starting at that 1. All right, Aries. Whoo, open your eyes, visualize what you want. So Aries, so who's the next fire sign? Leo. Leo. Let's see, Spirit, give me one card for the sign of Leo. All right, Leo, you got 3 cards, and I'm not doing it, but just in case, you got the heart and the solar plexus. So let's just see. We just gonna pull one card for Leo. Wow, now that just shot out. Leo, what you talking about here? This is the throat chakra. Are you like some workaholic? And is that all you talk about is work? Or what are you communicating? This is communicating. This also has to do with your breathing and a sense of healing. So with that said, you're at the end of a cycle. So cleansing would be good. maybe it's a matter of all work and no play, or is that all you talk about is work? And if that's the case, good thing this is a new cycle, because it's time for you to get a life. I'm just saying. But at the same time, Leo, this is a good time for healing work. A real good time. So, you feel like you're carrying all this baggage. And, it could be obligations, but this baggage could be stuff, maybe you hide behind work because you just carrying stuff. I'll just leave it at that, You have a lot to be proud of. So, maybe over the past couple years, I'm trying to think of how I can say this. Maybe you've attained some status. Maybe you have, you're at the end of a cycle. It's like maybe you just accomplished something. And if that's the case, you have every right to be worked out, worn out, and all that type of stuff. But there's more to come. You've got everything you need to have a meaningful life. And this is a good time to look at the quality of the connections you have with others. Because what are you speaking? What truth? What are you speaking? When you think of speaking, communication, what are your thoughts? What are you creating? What are you not saying? Let me look at it like that too. What are you not saying? So this is really a good time for you to heal. And as you heal, your communication is going to change. As you heal and move into this next phase, really think about what makes you feel secure. What's going to give you, what do you need to do to really have that sense of fulfillment? And then from that perspective, what are you working at, or it's not working? Yeah, what are you working at, or what are you working towards? Are you working towards making the changes in your life that will benefit you down the road? Remember, now Eclipse has impact for 3 to 6 months from now. So what are you doing now? What are you working at now? Or what seeds are you going to plant at this new moon that's really going to impact you? I'm just saying, think about it. What seed you going to plant? So, last but not least, the last fire sign. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Is Sagittarius. Sag. Spirit, give me a card for the sign of Sagittarius. One card, Sag. Let me see what you got here. Spirit. Oh. Okay, that just flew out. Sag. Woo. Now this to me is like very cancering. Your security. What makes you feel secure? Is it your soulmate? You're worn out here. But you see how these got the eye here and the eye here? You're like, are you looking for a soulmate to make you feel whole or feel secure? Well, you have to feel that already for yourself. So this is that foundation. This is the root chakra. This is your foundation. What makes you feel secure? So I think it's good that this is the Cancer moon. And with the Mercury retrograde, you are at the end of a cycle, but stepping into a new one, you are thinking really what type of relationship would make you feel secure? Is it more the relationship with yourself? And the way I'm looking at the eye, the third eye here, the eye and the hand and this face, is this soulmate some mystical being that you created in your mind, or is it like real or Memorex? Or is it possible? They got to be certain height, certain weight, certain job, certain home. I'm just saying, because there's diamonds in the rough. I'm just throwing that out there. But what is your perception of a soulmate? And everyone's perception is different, Sag. So for you, this is a good time pulling this soulmate. I think this really has to do what interdependence versus codependent or being dependent. What does interdependence teach you about trust? What does it show you about faith in the process and growing a life with those around you? I'm just saying. And sometimes, like I said, people think of this perfect relationship, and there's nothing perfect, but how do you work in conjunction with? So this end of this cycle, maybe you worn out or whatever, having to do with your relationships, and maybe this is the relationship with yourself. Maybe you need to think about how you perceive things, which is really good at this particular new moon. Maybe what is the relationship with yourself? So at this eclipse, I would encourage you to pay attention to what might have gone without love for maybe too long, and maybe that's why you're look for a soulmate, because you've been alone for a while, and maybe everyone needs company. I get it, but take the time you need to feel cleansed. Isn't the master cleanse here? Clear your mind, clear your room, clean your car, and take this moment and just take this moment for yourself and think about really what makes you feel secure, because this is the root chakra. I think it's so interesting that it is Cancer, because Cancer is about home. What makes you feel secure? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Know that any clearing that you do at this time is going to help you down the road. Like I said, eclipses are 3 to 6 months down the road. So, Sag, this is a good time to clear all that and plant the new seeds. And, is it real or Memorex? I'm just saying. So, for all the fire, yes, I know you're worn out. But it's a good time to cleanse, because the wheel has turned. The wheel has turned. The wheel has turned in your favor. So fire signs, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment down below. And give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.